Hey guys, welcome back to the One Man Show, the number one fight podcast in Singapore because we are the only fight podcast in Singapore. I'm the man, he's the one, multi-time boxing champion, and 3 times SEA Games bronze medalist.
Why you keep highlighting that part?
Because I like. There's a very unique situation going on here today because the last guest, he kind of like spiced things up too much. A lot of people, my mother always say, if you eat chili, you will feel the hot. So a lot of people are feeling hot that we actually brought not one but 2 girls to sweeten things up for you guys today. So we have the first ever returning guest, which is Leona.
What's up?
And then we also have national boxer and Ridhwan's favorite student, I think.
No, you're gonna get me into trouble.
Can you please introduce yourself?
I'm Danisha. Yeah?
Yeah, so
What?
She's like, am I Danisha?
this is the first time that we're having 4 people on the podcast. Usually it's just me, a guest, and one would be our calfair. So first of all, welcome back, Leona.
Thank you.
How has it been for you so far, the last 12 months of the year since we have been missing?
It's been 12 months.
Well, it has been more,
well,
but I'm Malay, you cannot count.
It's been good. Life's been good. Did the whole SEA Games thing, done and dusted. Now I'm here again with the newer generation of boxers, So it's time to pass on.
So what does that mean even?
I'm gonna just put her on the spotlight. Do you have anything important to tell the fight community?
Well, I've been thinking about it. Well, since the SEA Games ended, I think I've kind of made up my mind to I want to say quit boxing, but I think maybe temporarily take a break and not compete for the moment. It's kind of go back to work, sort my shit out, and
Win some cash.
yeah, and some cash, get back all the money that I have put into my boxing journey, right? And hopefully just still kind of stick around for the girls and train with them and just be a part of the team, just kind of behind the scenes.
I'm actually quite shocked and very sad because 2 of my favorite athletes have retired. Maria Sharapova just announced that she's retiring from tennis, and now when Leona walked in, she said that she's no longer boxing. So I'm a bit sad today.
Oops.
So yeah, Danisha's on the show because she has a very special story, which one likes to tell me about. Danisha, why don't you tell us how you started out with boxing? Don't look so shocked.
What story?
Well, there's a story about this. Okay. Tell us how you found out boxing in the first place.
Google lah. So basically,
Okay, Sherlock.
So I typed boxing gyms lah. Then I found Legends. Then I found Juggernaut. Then I found
The rest.
Yes, not important. Okay, fine. Then after that I called lah. Then I think it was Rizal who picked up. And then I just inquired. Then it's like, okay lah, quite friendly. Not the typical egoistic kind of vibe.
Oh, that's because you didn't get one.
Really? Oh shit. Then maybe I wouldn't have shown. Okay lah. Then after that I went over, but I was actually very scared to go up that staircase last time.
The staircase was creepy, I remember.
Not because it was creepy, because I was scared to actually get into the boxing gym. Then my cousin went over. She followed me lah. Then after that I went up. Then that's when I think I saw you. Yeah, in the small little room
where he belongs.
Yeah. And then I registered.
But what made you want to pick up boxing in the first place?
Because you were doing volleyball or netball?
I was in netball lah. Then to be honest, I sucked at it. So I wanted to try contact sports. Then boxing lah.
You suck at volleyball and then suddenly you want to try contact sport.
Netball. I just said netball.
Okay, but either way, you suck at ball sports and then you go like, okay, I want to punch someone in the face. I mean, there must be some underlying anger issues there.
Okay,
Okay, let's go.
Okay,
Let's
fine.
go.
I have like violent tendencies since young. Okay, sorry sisters, but really I used to like hit them quite a lot, like often.
Wait, how many sisters do you
I
have?
have two. Yeah.
And you are the
I'm
eldest?
the middle child. I have the
The
middle
middle
child
child syndrome.
Yes, exactly.
Which I don't
Yeah.
believe in.
It's true.
What do you mean? It's true.
No.
I'm a
Are
middle
you
child.
middle
Yeah,
It's true.
it's true.
Are you middle child?
No.
That's why they don't believe.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's why. This
I also have the first child syndrome.
you try a bit of Hafiz. Hafiz beat you back.
No, he's third child.
So because of those violent tendencies, you wanted to try boxing,
Yeah,
or did
just
someone
give it a
say you
try.
should probably go and fight legally somewhere?
No, I just wanted to try because I'm violent, that's all.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay, and how long ago was this?
My secondary school days lah. Which is like 5 years, 6 years ago. Is it? Yeah.
Well, I mean, what was your first impression of her when she walked into your gym?
Not much.
So you think she's one of those who will come and go?
No, I think she's just somebody who's just going to be doing it for fitness, just for fun. I mean, she's scared to even just go up to the gym. She brought her cousin along.
That is true.
Yeah, but then I remember going to the gym every morning, and she's always there. Sometimes I'm so tired, I'm hoping nobody will show up, but she showed up almost every
Well,
single
I'm
time.
tired too.
Yeah, wow.
I'm tired of you, bro.
Yeah, so she's there with a skateboard or longboard or I don't know what, or shortboard, whatever they call it. Yeah, so then afterwards she's a common face in the morning. Then she do technical sparring with some of the older members, and she sticks around.
And I mean, Danisha has gone on to, I think last year was kind of like a breakout year for you, where I think you won nationals. Did you win nationals? No, you did not. You
I
did?
think the most common, I think the best achievement was when we beat Leona.
Oh,
Yeah.
say that.
I think they fought three
Yeah,
times.
Three times.
The first one Leona won.
Yeah.
Definitely. Second one I thought was very close. I could have given it to Danisha, but it was too close. I said I don't mind the judges giving it to Leona. But the third one we trained like hell. We trained like hell for that fight.
But both of them were split lah. I mean, still very close. Yeah.
The third one was split, man.
Stop trying to
Yeah.
be humble, lah, guys. Please.
Fine.
You all know, like, you all shouldn't be humble.
Yeah,
right?
but it was a
Okay
really,
lah. Fine.
but it was a really, really good fight. It was a really good fight from both sides.
First of all, I'm going to stop you there because I'm going to say, firstly, it's not a we beat Leona. Don't ever say that. It's Danisha who beat Leona. Don't take credit of beating my favorite
I
boxer.
just want to be like all the other coaches, take credit for everything.
Oh, I see.
Oh shit. Things are getting spicy.
Spicy. This is why we have Leona, because she knows.
Oh, boy.
She's the auntie
Yeah.
with the stories.
Oh my god.
But I think it's just a reflection of how tight knit some people are in this small fight community that we have, because you guys are kind of close, right? But
Yeah.
yet you guys fight each other. You guys are in the almost the same weight class,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, pretty much.
So like when you first, okay, this is a question for Leona. When you first faced off with Danisha, did you know that, oh, she's gonna stick around and she's probably gonna kick my ass one day?
I pretty much had an impression that she was going to stick around because I think one of the fights that Legends organized before, maybe her very first fight or
Yeah,
first
she
few
had the
fights,
first few fights at Legends events.
and best boxer couple of times, right? Something like that. So
Once,
I
I
mean,
think.
back then, how many girls were taking part? Only it was just a handful, and someone in the lighter weight category. So of course, she was someone that I immediately took notice. Like, oh, who's this? You know, girl who's the up and coming. Then we were matched up for one of the Sabah fights, I think, and then after that, subsequently the ring, and then there's another ring one. So yeah, pretty much I think the first fight was indicative that, you know, yeah, she was gonna be around. Yeah.
And Danisha, like, how do you feel when you had to fight Leona? Because I mean, she's been around for a bit.
The first time, I don't know, it was just like a goja thing because it's only my fourth fight. Then I was like, okay lah, just try. And then I remember asking, you told me,
Yeah.
then I was
I
like,
told her how serious Leona is, how good she is.
yeah.
I think she was just like, okay, lo. It's just like, I don't think she,
I will
yeah,
take
she
it.
doesn't realize the seriousness of it. But then I think halfway through the fight, then she realized that, she's like, oh shit.
was that an ocean moment?
There were a few oh shit moments. But
But I think
So
that was
this
the
is
first.
boxing.
Yeah, and I think it was the first time after the fight she was genuinely like disappointed. So that's when, and after that she came back, she trained. That's when we really trained again to beat Leona. But this time, like when I say something like the plan, the fight plan, what we want to work on, then she take things a bit more seriously because she wants to beat her.
Right.
Not just because like she wants Leona's position. I think it's more of she wants to challenge herself. It was clear. It wasn't anything hateful, or it was healthy competition. Then we didn't get the result again. But the third time there was no doubt we will get it. I was prepared to. I know we will win. The way we prepared was.
Who do you pay?
Was another level. Got friends, bro.
Yeah, I think whenever Danisha faces off with Leona, I'm like totally in Leona's corner. So
You were never there.
I was there for all their fights. I was there for all of, except for the first one. I was there for the 2 ring.
Is it?
Yeah, Leona, bro.
Really?
Of course I'll be there.
Yeah,
Even I
always.
didn't even realize.
You know, like when you win, like when you win, everybody's gonna be calling you. And then when you lose, like probably 2 people, your mom and probably I don't know who, your cat or your dog. Yeah, one of them like this.
I'm not a cat or dog.
So when I lose, he threw me under the bus.
Yeah, I usually are not. I unfollow him on Instagram, Facebook, Spotify,
Thank God.
and whatever else that he has. Let's move on.
Yeah, move on.
Back to Danisha, right? I mean, you picked up boxing all by yourself. Did your parents say anything about this?
Typical parents lah. I mean,
on top of the fact that you are actually a girl.
okay, I actually wanted to say that, but then okay, fine. I mean, parents will definitely not want like children to get hit lah. I mean, even if I was a parent, I would not want my child to box. Oops.
Oh wow! Are there plans to become a parent soon or something?
No.
Is it gonna be a Legends wedding or something? No.
No.
Oh, okay.
Why would there be legends?
How would I know? I'm just putting
Okay,
it
fine.
out
Okay,
there.
anyways, back to the story. Yeah, so they were against it lah. And then, so my first few fights, I think they didn't know. And my medals and trophies, I brought it back home and put it in a cupboard. I remember asking one, can I put it in the gym? I didn't want to bring it home.
Did you find it strange that she asked you that?
No lah.
But you know her
I
situation.
mean, his parents also. What?
Yeah, I mean, I roughly halfway know that she was hiding it. But then I also know that because she wants to take this seriously, the question is when will they know? And then I think I was more worried like when it comes up at the point of time when if she has to go to SEA Games or whatever, then it's something she cannot hide. What? She cannot be like wearing the red jacket and then like, no, this is just for fun. This is just for show.
So my friend gave me one.
My friend coach can't do this. Singapore
I'm
give
pretty sure you
him.
can fit into that jacket.
Same size, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, but I think one of the fights, then suddenly your parents show up, right? I remember
it
one of the
was
fights you
one
didn't
of
expect your parents to
What?
show.
They just surprised
It
you?
wasn't a fight that I was fighting. It was one of the events at Bedok. Then I told them about it. So stalkers lah. Then they come down.
They just want to see how bad it is. I think.
Yeah, but I think slowly they sort of got over it lah. Then they started becoming more supportive. Yeah.
Were they really proud of you when you made the SEA Games team?
They never say anything Asian parents.
Yeah, but how do they show their support? Like,
Yeah, you see white people, they're like, oh my god, I'm so proud of you.
Firstly,
Men do it
Caucasians, but okay, white people. Carry on.
Okay.
let's play with colors now.
It's okay. One was a bit racist also, but okay.
Okay, fine. What were we saying? Sorry.
Well, you were saying that I was asking whether your parents were really proud of you making it to the SEA Games team last year.
I think my dad was secretly proud, but then he didn't want to show.
Aww.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's Asians. They do like to show affection.
I do.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay, fine.
here.
Now I don't know what to say. Yeah.
Yeah, he probably tell all his friends at work, my daughter made it.
Yeah. He doesn't like me boxing, but then when someone comes over, oh, she boxes. Like,
Oh, that's my daughter.
What?
That's my daughter.
that's my
Try
daughter.
Try.
Oh, I'm not for sale.
No, as in try box. You box with her. You see how whether she really a boxer or not. But I mean, the good thing is that they're on board, right? So you no longer have to like hide your medals and stuff like that.
Yeah, but then when every time I say I have a fight, they say don't fight lah. Like, huh?
Yeah, it's not really a choice. I kind of sign up for it.
Yeah.
But I mean, you as a trainer for Danisha, what do you like about her, and what do you not like about her?
I think she shows up. I think that's the most important thing. When someone shows up to train.
Oh, stop looking at me like that.
Whether they win, or whether they lose, they show up with that enthusiasm that they are looking forward to a fight. I think it's not easy to be training with that hunger when you don't know when your fight is next, and whether the future is there or not. But it takes a very special quality to be that patient and to have that faith to just put in the work, because winning is not guaranteed. You're not even guaranteed a fight. And then some people, there are probably some people already in the scene that are looking at these girls and say, oh, they are just lucky, or how can they have such opportunities when they work as hard? Maybe, I don't know. But there surely will be some haters for sure. In the amateurs, in the pro scenes, there will always be such people.
Whether you hate us or like us, please follow us on Spotify, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Okay, every single view helps.
Yeah, so I think that's why I like Paul. People, she shows up. A lot of people say they will show up like you, but they don't.
Oops.
That was coming, man. Stop being so predictable, Awan. What do you not like about her? Come on, let's let it out.
Damn.
Tell
I
me.
think she's very. She keeps to herself, But again, also I'm not.
But then she's here on the podcast.
This is the first time I've heard her talk this much.
Actually, that's true.
I didn't expect all the jokes or whatever, all the witty stuff that's coming from her, her reaction. It's like, I'm like, who is this girl?
But she's quite funny, what?
Yeah, I didn't know she's like this.
I mean, you were the one who told me that she's quite funny.
Is it?
Yeah.
A bit punch drunk and forget things.
Well, we all can see that.
Yeah, but I think she's also a good leader in the team. I think she's also like she genuinely wants people to get better, even though she whacks some of the guys here. Yeah, so I think she's a talent. I think it takes more than talent. I think she has more than talent.
Well,
Character, she's got character.
I mean, Leona, you fought her. You're also her teammate in the national team. What do you think about Ridhwan's assessment?
Yeah, I think it's pretty spot on. Like what you said, like showing up actually is easiest, but also kind of like the hardest. You know, people say they want to train. Yeah, I want to go for a fight. I want to train 3 months, and then first 3 weeks maybe they turn up, but then slowly, you know, I've got this, I've got that, I've got this, I've got that. Yeah, but she's there. I mean, she has work on the weekends and all that, so she tries to make it after her work. They just, I mean, her and another one of the boxers, Sabrina.
I'm so flattered.
At 5 a.m. 5 a.m. for a run.
Keep it coming.
It's like, dude, man, 5 a.m. I'm like in the midst of my deep sleep, not done yet.
Yeah. So if you guys don't know and you guys don't follow Leona on Instagram, she likes to post her sleep patterns.
Oh yeah, thanks.
Yeah, which is like, I mean, like, how deep can this person sleep?
I need my sleep.
And then she has this annoying bird that keeps on waking up. Is the bird still around? Yeah. Is the bird still around?
No, that time you said that
It went away and then it came back again. So I don't know lah.
You know you can call NEA to like shoot the bird down, right? Well, it'll be on you lah, you know.
It's not gonna happen.
The bird will look for you in heaven.
But yeah. It's been great training for, and actually like I only got to know her more when we started rooming together a lot for the overseas competitions. I mean, some overseas competitions were just like 1 week of just nothing out there, so we just spent most time together talking shit.
Especially when you lose the first part and then you're left like.
Is it something? Is it something that usually happens? Because I'm seeing a common theme here where amateur boxers that come on our show always say, "Yeah lah, we go somewhere," but then after the first fight lose already, then nothing much to do lah. That happens a lot, is it?
That's true. I mean, can't lie about that.
Yeah.
It's very different. International and the standard. Like even within Southeast Asia, so many strong countries. Yeah.
Don't sound too sad. You guys made it to the SEA Games. You guys are okay.
They don't want to just make it. They want to win. Something you don't understand because you're not a sports person.
Oh, okay, champ.
But whatever it is, right, I have to say that I think they really did a really great performance. Leona had a performance of a lifetime for the SEA Games. I think I sincerely feel so. And she had to fight freaking Philippines first.
Yeah,
if she were to fight another country first, I would say she would have advanced to another stage. And Danisha to me showed composure. It was her first time, it was her first time was better than my first time when I went to the SEA Games, because I was really honestly scared when I went to the SEA Games, and
You mean the time you got bronze or no?
Before. I went to SEA Games 4 times.
Oh, you went to get 4 times.
Yes.
2009, the first
2009,
one.
then Laos.
Okay,
Oh,
okay,
you
okay.
lose ah.
Lose lah, bodoh.
But the other 3 also you lose lah.
Lose lah, but get bronze.
Bronze.
Yeah, I think but that fight showed that Danisha can fight. It showed that she lost, but she can fight. The potential is there. Yeah, so then it's sad lah. Leona now no more. But
Hey, don't say that about Leona. She's still here. She's just not
Yeah.
boxing.
yeah. So what's next?
Leona,
So I
no.
see that you're busy like promoting the women's boxing.
Wait. Let's stop first. We're going too far in advance really right now. I want to talk about Danisha's job.
Okay.
Okay, so I had a perfect segue. You just had to cut me, you know.
Okay lah,
Because
carry on.
Leona was saying Danisha has to work. I was like, yeah, speaking of work,
Yeah.
Danisha, why don't you tell us what you do for a living?
I work with dead people.
Yes. Yeah, so basically I work with dead people.
You work with dead people.
Yes, I work with dead people. And what we do is basically people around Singapore when they die and you don't know the cause of death, or if they die unnaturally, they come to our place. And then we will try to find out the cause of death. If it's natural, we will not cut the body, basically not do an autopsy. And if it's something that we cannot find out, like maybe let's say a drug overdose or someone jumped down, which is unnatural, then we will do an autopsy for them.
Wow. I'm a bit scared.
Yeah, Leona, you shouldn't share the room with her.
No,
You
I
make
mean,
her
to be
upset.
honest,
Next day in the
right?
morning, one liver gone.
No, but how does one go into this profession? Like, do you have
Again,
a passion for dead
Google.
bodies? I mean,
Is it like on job street?
Google. Google, thank you. Basically, I finished my poly, then I wanted to get to uni, but then NTU rejected me. And then, yeah, but to be honest, I'm thankful I didn't get in, because 4 years of my life, no thank you.
I'm on the side all the way.
Yeah. Then after that, I decided to work lah. Then I found that job. I think government careers at Gov. Then I applied lah. So I applied for a few jobs, but that one only called me back. So I took it, and then I got in lah.
I am very disturbed by this. I don't know about you guys, but she works with dead bodies. Aren't you guys like?
No, I'm not. It's normal.
She's a
Yeah.
It's just a job.
okay.
It's just a job, what?
Oh,
Yeah, someone has to do it.
Yeah.
wait, but do you like?
I don't have necrophilia. I don't.
Okay, we didn't go there, but okay.
Yeah.
Do you like really cut and like
Cut, and you know what? What do you mean
like
by
put your
it?
hand inside?
Yeah, have to take out the organs. What?
Was it difficult when you first started the job?
Did you throw up ever?
No, the only thing that got me was the smell, especially for decomposing bodies. The first time, I still remember it was a guy who drowned, and then he was kind of
bloated.
he was actually sort of eaten away already. So the smell was really, really bad. Then I had to go to the toilet and I showered and sort of puked. Yeah,
You're
it was
laughing at a dead person or the
No, I'm
person?
laughing at the fact that she sort of. What is sort of puke?
basically it came out, but then it didn't come out of my mouth.
But you swallow it back.
Yeah.
Okay, I know that. Yeah.
Okay,
Sometimes when I
fine.
eat
If you
too
want to
much,
put it
right?
that way. Yeah.
But do you enjoy your work? Do you
Yes, I actually love my job, but
more than boxing?
Comparable. Maybe.
it's different lah. Yeah.
Do you feel angry at your job? That's why you have to like go and punch things after your job.
No, I don't feel angry. Actually, it's quite peaceful. It's just that sometimes.
Oh yeah, because people are dead.
Yeah, exactly. So working with dead is.
Are you allowed to on music while you do your cutting?
Not cutting, cause got doctors. Sorry if any of you are watching this. Yeah. They sort of don't really like music, but when I do other things, then I will.
They who don't like the doctor or the dead bodies?
The doctors.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I mean,
The-
I'm gonna
the
ask
dead body.
I'm gonna ask the important questions. Don't you get scared? Like, what are your working hours like? Do you have to work like throughout the night? What if like?
No, we don't have night shift, so we go early in the morning. Then
Not
after
too good
that,
also.
after that we end at 5 lah. But most of things done in the morning.
Has there ever been like random movements?
They have, right? Sometimes they got like extra gas in the body, then they like burp or like sit
No,
up.
but sometimes when you turn the body, then they fart. because got gas, but it really smells. It's like shit smell.
Yeah, lah.
Would you say some of the smell sounds like the smell is
Yeah.
comparable to some of the boxing gyms in Singapore or no?
No, it's a different kind of smell.
Oh, right. Because I heard that some boxing gyms are really smelly. I don't know about legends lah.
I don't know.
Maybe North Canal.
Yeah, North Canal stinks. The first gym at North Canal stinks.
Yeah.
Bad.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that the reason why you guys moved?
No.
But why does it sting?
I don't know. It's just
I think
the
it's
building.
because
I
of
think.
the flooring, right? It was the
Yeah,
foam.
the foam mat, all the sweat is
Yeah.
there. Smells of hard work, bro.
Yeah.
Again, something you don't know about.
Yeah, but because hard work is smelly and I'd rather not be smelly. Right. So let's go back on track. The two of you actually went for an overseas competition last year. I think it was Indonesia. Was it Indonesia?
Yes.
And Leona, for the first time, you actually won something.
My God, I know.
Congratulations!
Terrible. Yeah, thank you.
Because I remember the last time we had her on the show, she said that she has never won.
Yeah, she's sick of
Yeah.
losing.
Yeah. So yeah, you actually won something. Why don't you tell us like
Yeah.
what do you win?
Pride. Finally.
Damn.
Some pride. No. It was just actually it was. In a way, I guess. I mean, we've always said we were kind of lucky in that sense to have been able to enter that competition, just because we felt that was a good level for just kind of us to enter. Because prior to that, I mean, all the international competitions that we go to. I mean, I've been to like Bulgaria, Mongolia, all your whatever Thailand Open, ESBC. That level is like we have like Olympians and world level championships. Title holders, whatever, all taking part in those. Whereas this one was more like regional, state level. So it was Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore. So different states in Indonesia. And we both won actually. So that was great. She even got the best boxer for the females award. Yeah, so that was really a good, I think, boost for us. And luckily enough, we could use that result also to kind of advance ourselves for SEA Games selections in that sense lah.
But personally, was it like a weight lifted from your shoulders?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I fought in. I don't count those as international wins just cause like there was a matchup in Melbourne that I went to and I won, and there was a matchup in Riau, Batam, that I won also prior to that. But I don't really count those as real competitions tournaments. So this one was kind of like the first for me. Yeah, I did feel good. Like I've been training for like what?
Got cried not?
No lah, no crying lah.
Walao,
Eat Maggi mee
no
only.
crying.
Yeah, we ate Maggi mee for 1 week for 2 to 3 meals a day. Maggi mee every day.
Why? Because of money or because there's just nothing else
Just
to eat?
nothing to eat. It was like kampong. It's like kampong. There were like chickens and goats and what other animals? I don't know. You thought a goat was a dog or something. I mean, it was so ridiculous.
Wow.
No light at all.
The person that worked with date people thought a goat was a dog. Wow.
Oh,
No, we were driving and then it looks like a dog.
Yeah, that place was a bit.
Yeah.
But on hindsight, like looking back, right, it was fun because it was just a group of us and there was no TV, no nothing, no entertainment.
No
So
aircon,
every day,
no fan.
Oh yeah, no aircon, no fan, no pillow.
No 3G,
Pillow,
no?
yeah.
No, nothing.
No data.
No, nothing.
Nothing.
Even Coach Kade said, prison got pillow.
Yeah.
It's the
Yeah.
pillow.
Highlight.
This coach quite
Oh,
funny,
yeah.
huh?
So every day we just ate Maggi mee and played Monopoly Deal. Like us and the boys.
Yeah.
And then the
that was
last day, I
really
think
fun.
you all moved out to a big house, is it?
Yeah, like for the last day that Coach Kade decided to take us out and move us out of that.
Probably use his savings for that again.
His wife is not gonna be happy. What about you, Danisha? I mean, was it your first international tournament?
No, that was not my first international. I think my third one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's the first one you won,
Yeah.
and getting best boxer. How did that feel?
Yeah. It felt good. But
Can you look happy? When you say you felt
It
good?
felt
Felt
good.
good.
but I mean, how do I put it? I mean everything was like pretty like smooth lah. I mean the fight wise. So I mean you get money and all that. That felt good also.
Oh, something Leona completely left out. You got money?
I think it was like $50. No, 75.
I
don't
can't
really
remember, but it was a lot when you convert it
Rupiah lah.
to
Rupiah, right? Rupiah.
So you guys were millionaires
Yeah,
lah.
I got $1 million.
Nice.
Yeah. But then the facilities wise, like every night, you zoom. I mean, mosquitoes really is crazy. It was
Oh,
Yeah.
cockroaches! First night, cockroach ran across. She screamed and she jumped on her chair. I was like, "How you scared of cockroaches?"
Yeah, hello. Dead bodies, cockroach.
Yeah, weird.
None of this makes sense to me right now. Danisha, I cannot figure Danisha out,
She was
guys.
something against humans. Dead or alive.
I mean, humans. Never mind.
Yeah, that's another podcast for another day lah, where we talk
Yeah.
about humans. Because there is a few that we need to talk about.
Yeah.
But you girls actually went on to train in Ireland after that, right? Was it Ireland?
Yes.
Ireland,
Ireland,
right?
yeah.
That was I think that was the first time like amateur girls actually.
Self-funded, right?
Self-funded.
Yeah, so tell us more about that and like what's the thought process that came out from that?
You can go first.
Actually, Sabrina was the one who found. I don't. The girls in our team, they have like so many lobangs. Then they go around.
Sounds wrong, but okay.
People like if there's camps training, which is what we need. Like if the people up there are not doing anything.
No, it's okay. It's okay. This is the one man show. This is what we're supposed
Then I
to
guess
do.
we have to resort to our own like resources.
All right. So just to make this clear, this is something that we've talked about a lot of times actually, almost every episode now. So you guys felt that the national training was not adequate or good enough, that you guys actually had to go train somewhere else. Is that what you're trying to say?
Leona?
Wow. Hey, thanks.
Probably because you are no
Okay,
longer in the
that's your
system.
only. Oh, I have to. Yeah.
She's scared.
Okay, so I think national training thing is aside from this camp that we're going to. I think we just needed a little bit more maybe experience, a little bit more competition, a little bit more of seeing what's out there in terms of training method styles, where the countries are at and all that. And it was a shock to our system. I think literally shock to our system when we went full on first day of sparring, and I think everybody just kind of like got like, oh crap, this is what the other countries are doing, how they're performing. And they're youth teams, mind you, and not everyone is team A. They were like French team A, team B, that India youth team A, that kind of thing. It was a huge like big group of girls, like 200 of our girls.
Yeah.
So I think it was a good test of our skills against theirs, and just kind of see like where we stand and how much more we need to train.
So how many girls went?
5
you
of
name them?
us. Me, Danisha, Leona, Sabrina,
Two more?
Rafana, and Samantha.
Right, so 5 Singaporean amateur female boxers.
Yep.
And you guys had to pay for the whole thing yourselves. And how much did it cost you guys to actually go and fly there? For how many days?
A week. It was a week, just full on sparring.
So it's a week training camp in Ireland
Yep.
and accommodation and flight and everything. How much did you guys have to fork out from your own pockets?
2-ish K.
About about 2K, because flights were already maybe about 1,000, slightly under 1,000 maybe, and the rest of it was accommodation, food.
Loose change for you millionaires.
Please. Not only do I have to dig out money for my savings, I'm losing income also for the period I'm away. So do that, apply for the rest of the year, whatever camps, whatever comms that we go for. Yeah, it's.
But I mean,
no choice.
Was it just out of passion alone that you guys like, okay, you know what, we're just gonna pay and we're gonna chase our passion and just go to Ireland and get our asses beaten up? But also, I mean, the main thing is to get experience and also to learn how other people do it, right?
Yeah.
Over there.
Yeah.
So was it totally worth it?
I would say so. Yeah.
It was, but the pain
Oh man.
I don't know, it was just different. Like when you spar with the guys, it's different. Sparring with them, but they're females, it was just wow, crazy.
Can I just
Especially,
say,
yeah.
Sorry. No, I've
continue.
never seen Danisha look so shocked stepping out of a ring. I don't know whether you know this or not. Like, I think on one of the last few days, she just came out. She looked like she was gonna cry. Just like, my bicep is very painful.
It was so painful.
Just like, it's very painful. It's
I
like,
couldn't even like
Yeah.
carry my bag over because it's just painful.
like we were just
Yeah.
hammered lah. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Left, right, center. Yeah.
Then everyday icing,
Yeah.
ice bath.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then
But-
the team India physio also have to come and
Yeah.
take care of us because we're so poor.
But it was fun, right? In a way, in a very weird, sadistic, cruel way that we
Yeah.
boxers love. It was fun and what a great experience.
Did you guys sort out for funding by any chance? Or was that just not in the equation at all? Like you guys know, like, there's no chance, like, might as well just fork our own money. I mean, because you guys were kind of training, it's a part of the training for the SEA Games, right? Kind of, wouldn't you say?
We weren't even sure that we were going to go
Yeah.
for the SEA Games at that point of time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would just say this is maybe additional training experience for us because we had a time in the calendar, no comms, no nothing. Okay, let's just go for it. Like, instead of just talking about it all the time, we
Yeah.
actually did it. And when the
Yeah.
time came, we were like, oh crap, we're
Yeah,
actually
shit,
here.
we're
What
gonna
did we
go.
get ourselves into?
Straight to the bar for you, Leona.
permission
From
Coach Kade?
Coach Kade?
from the association.
Sort of inform him.
Inform lah.
Yeah.
I think let him know that we wanted to go and train and all. Then he just like, oh, okay lah, self-funded, okay lah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, like, I didn't have to take out money from his
Yeah.
savings.
Finally reached to come over the savings.
But
Yeah.
what, I mean, like for you, I mean, you've trained overseas and stuff like that. Like when you heard that these girls were doing that, what were your thoughts on it?
I think it's good that they did because that's something that money cannot buy. I mean, they had to spend money, but I think it's to develop as a boxer and as a person, they need to go out there and see how the world is like. Then they will know the competition. They can reevaluate where they are right now, and then that's where maybe they can really decide for themselves whether this is what they really want to do. Because we are far behind, not just the females but also the male. In the sport, so for them to be able to go out there and really punch each other in the face with the other countries without worrying about results, and then they make friends and then they get to talk to them and see how their system works in their countries, and see how lucky or unlucky they are. I think it's good. It's a good development for them.
Well, I mean, this is a question for both of you. What was the biggest takeaway from that trip? Danisha, you want to start first?
Biggest takeaway. It was actually seeing how the other countries, especially the European countries, and they were not elite, they were just youth. Their level of commitment, the coaches, how, as in into boxing, like they actually really take care of them lah. Yeah, and then, no offense, but then we were there, 5 of us, taking care of each other. Yeah, but that was good. I mean, the takeaway was actually within ourselves lah. We actually bonded quite
Yeah.
a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Well, your answer then, Leona.
All 5 bonded.
Yeah.
Like, were all 5 girls in the same room, or I mean,
Yes, actually we were.
oh,
Yeah, we were all in the same
cool. We need to get more girls on
We
the
were
show,
outside
guys.
pretty pizza party.
Maybe every day after getting beaten up, we would go grocery shopping and buy those like microwavable pizzas.
From 7-Eleven.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tesco and all
Yeah,
that. Then we
Tesco.
brought it back. Then we had our self-pity pizza party at night. Eating pizza, feeling sad about ourselves. And the next day we did the same thing.
Yeah, I
Beaten
think-
up my pizza.
I think it was I was messaging you and asking you about how it's going, and then you were telling me like you were getting beaten up by like 15, 16-year-olds.
Oh my god, yeah. The youths, man, the European youths, the Indian youths,
Do you
Irish
reveal your
girls.
age or not? Just
I
say
did
you were
lah.
16
They thought I
lah.
was joking. Hey sister, how are you? I was like, Lama, don't ask lah, please lah.
Sister.
And then I think they were so shocked. Like one person was so shocked. She turned to the other person and started speaking in
In their own language, lah.
Pointed at me. I was like, please lah, don't.
It's like, what is this girl's skincare routine? We need to know how she keeps so young. Skin so tight.
Oh my
Is it an
god.
Asian thing? Is it?
But to be honest, I think biggest takeaway would be the level of like what you mentioned, commitment. Like you would see girls 12, 13 not give a crap, right, and just go for it. They will come with bloody noses. Seriously, after first day of sparring, boom, I see like blood on the girls' like shirts and all that. But they're like smiling and happy and great learning lesson. So the person in charge actually told us this really great quote, and he says, tell this to everyone who comes, leave your feelings at the airport. Come here and train, come here and give your all, and that's it. Yeah. Don't think about anything else.
This guy talking about feelings.
Yeah.
What made them like that though, you think? Like, is it the coaches or the management or the culture?
Boxing is also in their blood. Like I'm talking about the Irish. The rest of the countries, they just have a very good support system. So we found out that the French national boxing team gets 3 million in funding every year. That's why they have such a good system. They fly around Europe to train and all that, and to have like.
They even got Cuban coaches, I think.
Hang on, 3 million for the guys and girls team, or just the girls team?
I don't know about that, but
because 3 million doesn't sound like a lot, to be honest.
Really, it's a lot for us.
Yeah, 300,000 would be a lot for us, to be honest.
No, I understand, but I mean, 3 million is not that much.
Maybe for such a big team lah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're saying the girls and the guys, and then they have.
Well, this was only an all-female sparring. Yeah, so maybe they were talking like every sparring. Every country has their own group of coaches taking care of like the females, probably the youths, the juniors, the elites. So that was really eye-opening experience for us. I mean, Singapore, our training trips is just like
I don't know. Tell us.
one person to so it's not. It's just the way it is right now. I don't think we've built up enough numbers of coaches, which I think is also something that we need to probably work on. Numbers of coaches and people getting the right accreditation, people getting the right kind of like IBA certification, all that. It's just right now stuck at a very them and us and like old and young, and
I think for them is like, if I'm not getting anything out of it, I'm not going to put my 100% to coach. Like monetary wise,
Is it wrong? Because the coaches need to feed the families also.
Yeah,
are we talking about Singaporean coaches now?
Yeah. Am I still supposed to talk about Irish coaches?
it's getting spicy.
I mean, it's not wrong. I mean, if I were in their shoes also, I have to think about money first, but you're in the sport, and if you feel like you want to do something for the sport, and then you keep saying, shit, some shit's getting real.
Because the thing is, the coaches here, they say they are doing it for the sport. They themselves said it, but then now they're asking for the money. You know what I mean? So I think they are putting themselves in hot soup. Because if like they say, okay, I can only do it if you can give me some allowance or what, it's fine. But they are going around saying that I love the sport, I want to give back to the country and everything, but they're not showing it.
Why not? Here's something that I've been thinking about. Not that I think about boxing that much. Why not just let the national team on a regular basis train at different gyms and have those coaches at those gyms train the national team? So every week, a gym is responsible for the national team, and you go there and you train.
But the gym also got their own interests, like for business, their class. Like Legends, we are so small. How we gonna get the whole team here?
I don't think that is the team big.
I mean,
everyone's leaving.
Our classes can be quite big, But
no, I know your classes are big. I'm saying the national team.
I don't know. I really don't know who are in the national team or not. I mean, I know the place exists. People train there. Then some people say, "Oh, I train at Bedok." I'm like, "Who are you?" Like, so I don't know. There's no clear indication whether you're a national boxer or who's the coach. I don't even know who's the coach there other than Alexis. But like I said, again, since you both have been like overseas and see how they work, what are some things that they have done you feel like we can apply, considering our budget, our limitations, our culture? I think our culture is the main barrier, honestly, because we are not meant to be a sports country. No
But
matter
we
how much.
Malay, what?
Huh?
But we Malay, so.
But Singapore was a boxing country, right?
Yeah, but then we got left
just
out because we took it easy and we just took things for granted, I think.
Okay, he has asked you guys a very difficult question.
Yeah.
I wish you guys all the best in answering it.
I think like it is not wrong to say that things they can do, we can do too, in terms of training methods and stuff like that. But it's just kind of putting it all into place and into a proper program with proper structure in a sense that, like, amateur boxing, I know it's a bit hard. It's not like professional boxing. You know, you can have like, okay, your fight date is here, so you want to build up. You know, you want to do phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, and periodize your training and stuff like that. I think for amateur boxing, it's a lot about general fitness, general strength and conditioning, and a lot of just training every day. Like the current, like what Ridhwan said, like we don't even know who's the national team now, and who is development, and who is actually, is there even a team A, is there even a team B? Which I feel like it is something that we can start officially, maybe inviting, you know, girls or guys from some gyms and be like, okay, come on in. But then that begs the next question. Like, okay, invite them to come and train us, and then what? We train like what, once a week, twice a week, and then people just go back to their own gyms. I think the idea of bringing them to different gyms every week, you know, space, logistics wise, is also whether the boxers themselves trust the trainer.
Yep.
I think we need to get into a program where the boxers are excited to come for training because they trust the trainer. Like, I would come on, during SEA Games period, we train together here every day. You know, with one. Because we trust him and we trust the stuff that he makes us do and puts us through. So maybe one of the problems right now is don't really know, you know, the coaches. Like, yes, they turn up for training. Yes, we show up for training. But if every week, 1 week we're doing this, and then next week we just suddenly go back to sparring again. Next week we maybe do a little bit of this drill, then some don't show up this day, some don't show up that day.
Yeah.
It's tough to kind of band everything together, I think. Whereas other countries, you want to be national team, you better show up every single day. If not, boom, you're out. Team B is going to take place. Team B is out, boom, Team C is going to come and take over your spot.
That's the thing, they have a lot of people.
This is continuation that we need to kind of figure out.
Again, I think it comes down to a system, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Even if there is not enough people to make the system work, as long as there is a system in the first place, eventually you can cram the people inside.
Yeah.
I mean, fundamentally, to me, that's the problem. I've always said that from the beginning,
The
right?
structure.
Yeah, the structure and the system. But so you've left.
Yep. Peace out, bitches.
Danisha, do you know whether you're still in or out?
I don't know, I'm just training. I mean, I know I also fight. I'm just training.
No, I mean,
as per
do you know
normal.
whether you're still in the national team or not?
I don't know. Am I?
Yeah, I'm sure she is.
Yeah, but who's telling her whether she is or not? Like, okay, you left. Did you tell anyone you're leaving?
Kind of mention it gently. Hey, coach, I'm not fighting anymore. Okay, then you just so
that's it. I mean, it's like
Yeah.
there's no formal like writing
no.
that whether you are in the team or out of the team.
Because our boxers, right, they fight for the country in overseas tournaments, but they are not necessarily recognized by Sports Singapore.
Why?
I don't know. Because these boxers, they need to get medals for Sports Singapore to recognize them, to be as Team Singapore. Then they can go to like SEA Games, Asian Games and stuff like that.
Yeah, but they need to know whether they're in the team or not in order to first go out and fight, right?
I think to put it simply, those who have ever represented Singapore in the SEA Games, they were in Team Singapore. The rest were not. The rest are not national boxers. Maybe I would say they train with the national boxers, but they are not national boxers. Whether they win in international tournaments, I don't care. They are not national boxers.
Right. So,
But they are national boxers. So I don't know. They sacrifice so much for the country, but they are not recognized.
Yeah.
And I don't know, really.
I'm confused, guys.
I'm confused. I've been
Very
boxing there for like freaking 12, 13 years, also I'm still confused.
Are you a
That's
national
why.
boxer? Well, yeah, I mean, 3
Yeah,
times
was-
SEA Games bronze medalist.
Yeah.
Should be you lah, right?
Must be me lah.
I guess you're the only national boxer then, because you're the only one who has medal. What?
No, Hanuddin has a silver medal.
Okay lah, then there's 2. We got 2 national boxers.
We have Chiawi also got silver.
3,
Them also lah.
but they never medal. What?
But they have been recognized by Sports Singapore to represent Singapore flag officially.
Carded athlete lah.
Yeah,
to put
like
it that way.
my brother went for overseas tournaments, like so many. He won gold in Penang like 2 times, but he's not exactly recognized as Team Singapore. So
Someone needs to actually go and find out
We need the younger bloods
Yeah, the
to
thing
actually.
is we don't hate the current management.
Don't bluff.
We're not trying to point out like, oh, you're not doing this, you're not doing that, even though you are not doing certain things. It's more like we love the sport. You want the sport to grow, but it cannot grow if we keep clashing heads. And since our first mention of the whole issue, I don't think there's much change even. I think they probably just had a meeting and say, hey, do you listen to that podcast? They talk shit about us. Probably just that. Then nothing, no action.
This is Sabah, right? You're talking about the Sabah meeting, right? So, guys in the Sabah meeting, please follow us on Spotify, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Every view counts.
Then we do after amateur finish turn pro. Only talk like you know everything. Probably lah.
Yeah, well, a lot of not just the Sabah people say that, but you lah. Almost everybody says that. But
almost
you,
everybody lah.
yeah, haters gonna hate, bro.
Yeah, of course.
Don't
I mean,
be-
if
don't
they
be
can't
humble.
do anything in amateur scene, then turn pro law. Oops.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, like what meant like quite a number of.
No, as in not do anything, as in not win medals or what. If you feel like,
There's no
because a lot of
progression.
people feel that I'm not even gaining anything from amateur. So if I can fight professional and maybe earn some bucks or what, might as well do it, right?
are you going to?
No.
All
Not
this
for
talk,
me.
all this talk, and like no.
Yeah.
But why not?
It's not easy lah. It's not just fighting. It's the marketing. You need a proper.
It's a business.
I mean, yeah, exactly.
But you have a good role model, what? Leona.
The role model has left.
Yeah lah, leave some more.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm still very conflicted by this whole.
So
like,
do you still show up in Bedok?
I do. I do.
Wow,
train
so
or what?
like once in a
train
while
train
you
the
are
train.
a Singapore
Not like you
boxer.
hold a whistle lah. No lah.
No, she helped us out with trainings and yeah,
we call it potluck training.
yeah.
So,
Right, which is
all
the
of us, bring a little bit of something to the table and just sharing all together.
guys. This is sad, This is supposed to be the national team training, and it's potluck training. What is going on, guys?
We shall do 20 burpees.
5 pull-ups. Okay,
That's what
everybody
we did
do.
last week.
Okay lah, no lah. During national training, coaches are there. They will
Yeah.
give us stuff to do and all that. So we're not discounting that. It's still training. It's still training, but there needs to be more than just that. 2 days or 1.5 days or whatever worth. There has to be, I don't know, some form of implementation. Look, it's a problem that we've all been thinking about and trying to solve, because at the end of the day, it's true. Like sports culture is not meant for Singapore. There's no. Each of us start work differently, start school differently, end work differently, end school differently. Different timing, different this and that. It's true. We cannot expect the coach to be there waiting at Bedok from like 7 a.m. and expecting people to come in so that he can train them all the way to like 9 p.m. So firstly, there's an issue we need to fix or kind of come up with a solution with. Like, okay, if we can't make it every day, maybe let's try 3 days worth of training. But for the 3 days worth of training, we also kind of need to know what system and what structure is put in place.
I mean, you're
I'm-
not gonna just show up and then
Yeah.
in the end,
Do bags, shadow.
All right. General question here: are any of the coaches getting paid? Any of the national coaches, are they getting paid?
I believe so.
So they are getting paid.
Not a lot, but I believe so. They're getting
So
paid some allowance.
Like a small
yeah.
sum.
Okay. So they are getting some kind of what do you call it?
Allowance.
Allowance to because it's their time, right?
Mhm.
I'm gonna say when I was in the Silat team, right? We train every day. Monday to Friday, every day. 8 o'clock, training starts. 10, finish.
Mm.
So it's pretty much. It's not that everybody was a full-time athlete. No, only the people in the elite team were full-time athletes, and not even all of them like were full-time. Some of them were still working. Some of them still had jobs. But we are allowed an allowance to like come in by 8:30
Mm-hmm.
to
That's
train.
fair. Yeah.
To train for a solid good 2 hours, and I don't see why people didn't show up. People showed up. Everyone showed up. We were not getting paid. We are national athletes. We're not getting paid. We get a grant every 6 months, maybe 1.2k, which you break it down is
200. What? 6 months of my looking?
yeah.
200 per month.
Good thing we have a Chinese person here. But everybody showed up. there was not an issue about whether we were working or not. I had school. School ends at 6. So from Woodlands, where my school was in JC, I go down to Bedok, where the Silat Center of Excellence is, and do a bit of gym work before train. But yeah, I'm not really getting the rationale behind how people cannot make it. I mean, if you really want it enough.
Yeah. Question: did you trust your coaches?
Oh, I was gonna ask that. Oh.
Did you believe in whatever that they plan, and you completely wholeheartedly be like, yeah, I commit to whatever you're saying, and I do that?
It's not about trusting the coaches or not, because the Silat system is every year we have national tournaments, right? So not only the system is first, second, and third. In Silat, right, there's 2 third places. So it's like boxing, boxing,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So first, second, and third gets a letter of invitation to take part in national team training. When you take part in national team training, after that, after a few months, there is a national team selection where they grade you. So you're team A, or you're team B, or you're an elite. So there's 3 teams, right? On top of that, there's also a youth team. The youth team also has
Elite A, B.
Elite A. No, I think youth team is Elite A. So the youth team trains twice a week. The full team A, team B teams trains every day together with the elite team. But the elite team is always overseas for competitions and stuff like that. It's not about whether. My point is, not only do the athletes get invited, the coaches from the winning teams, because we have the individual weight category winners. On top of that, you're representing your club, right? So we also have a club championship. So if your club is in first, second, or third in the overall standings, your coaches will get invited to take part in to conduct national team training also.
But then he won't get paid.
There will eventually be a selection, and then it's the same as an athlete lah.
But then he will have to follow the national team training system, syllabus.
So the
and all
thing
that.
is, there is a system. So no matter who takes training, the training is fixed for that month or that day or that week. So if the elite team is doing this drill, Team A and Team B is also doing that drill.
Right.
So no matter which coach takes the training, it's all about saying the instructions. Okay, today we're going to do this. Everybody does it. So there's not really
double standard.
a trusting, because everybody's teaching the same thing.
Right. Who comes up with this system?
That would be the overall head trainer lah. We have somebody like Coach Kadi, who is an overall trainer, I guess.
Overall, everything.
Overall, everything.
So, I mean, if you have one head and you just disperse instructions, then I don't think it's an issue, right? Would it be an issue of trust? Because at the end of the day, you're all doing the same training.
Yep, probably not.
Yeah. So, again, system.
Yep.
So, everybody is doing the same thing. At the end of the day, there's a selection. You can go from Team B to Elite if you beat everybody. If not, then you're in that order. So elite team goes for international competitions. You get to go to Europe, you get to go to the World Championships, you get to go SEA Games and stuff like that. Team A will go for regionals. It's always Indonesia, Thailand, wherever there's a tri-state or tri-nation tournament, you guys are selected. Team B will be on standby. Alright, so if anybody falls out from Team A, they replace. If anybody falls out from the elite, there will always be an open trial again. So in the elite team, we usually have an elite 5. Plus one girl is 6. So these 6 people are paid a lot more. I think they are paid a fixed salary per month to train. But again, it did not start out like that for Silat. Because of the system, and then we produce results, eventually we have those full-time athletes lah, right? But the system is never unfair where there's a spot in the elite, you are from my club, I am your national coach. Okay, you go. No. It's always like there's a spot in this weight category for the elite spot. Team A versus Team B. Go. Fight. Whoever wins get the spot lah.
Is it like a proper competition or just like in-house sparring? Or
It's in-house sparring, but it's proper as in there's proper judging. So all the coaches will be the judges.
So it's fair.
There's a proper ref. There is a crowd. It's not like closed doors. So everybody from the national team watches you. So it's nervy.
Fair.
Yeah, but it's fair.
Yeah, I like this.
You like,
It can be done, yeah.
So can I be the... No.
Well, I think this one is just, I mean, if you're talking about selection of athletes, I think that probably is the least of our worries at the moment. Yeah, it's more like...
Because there's no athletes.
I think at least we got a lot though. We got a lot of
We
people.
did. And we also had,
competing.
like what you mentioned, like the fight off, like, you know how Junhao and Zhao Wei, they also had, you know, because they had to compete for the spot, right? And they both took it on lah. But yeah, it's just getting everyone to show up and kind of, because see, you already have the training system in place. Like you say, anybody can come up at any point in time.
Yeah.
I can go and say like, hey, you're today doing this, you know. But we don't have that program, basically, right now at this moment.
Okay, how about
to
we
execute
start?
it. Yeah. Which is what I think the girls
Yeah.
have been trying to do. Like at least say like, okay, look, like 3 times a week, let's do runs. But the runs, you know, we all can't make it at the same time. Maybe this week interval, then second day we do something, and the third day do something. Clock it on our own. Yeah. I mean, just stuff like that lah. That I guess we can incorporate. But at the moment, it's just, I think boxing is so small a community that the fighters end up all becoming coaches. And when they coach, we have to end up working at hours that, you know, your gyms are open and all that. And when they train, it will be maybe like an odd hour. So eventually everybody just falls back to their own gym and goes back to their own training. Yeah. So we need more coaches. We need more development of coaches. We need more coaches to be developed into national coaches, which I don't know, man. The coaches that have been coaching him from don't know how long ago are still there. I joined 10 years ago. I still see the same group of people.
Spicy.
So I mean, it's like people like Ridhwan or Kairu or you know your the younger generation of boxers like Solihin.
I feel like there's no
you know.
like active scouting. Let's say I'm in 48 kilos and then I'm technically national, okay? Then,
Yeah, technically.
Humble.
and then I think that people up there are satisfied already. Like we have someone in the spot. So there's no more scouting for anybody else. Yeah. And then I fight with myself.
Oh.
So it's just the two of us, no?
Yeah, so we just fight each other.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a lot of people out there from the sparring that
Yeah.
organized. Yeah.
What do you think, Wan?
Off.
What do you think, like, with what I just said and what Leona said, like, how do you think we can solve this?
I think the first step is Coach Kare to get everybody, all the gyms that are interested to see the change, send a representative, book a huge function room.
And fight.
Winner fights the boss.
We know for Coach Kadi. And then become the head coach for the national team.
I think they need like a 5-hour meeting on a Saturday or a Sunday. They also get all the national boxers to sit down and see that this is actually happening. And then they come to an agreement on certain things, on selection, on who's going to be training what, whether it's fair, who's not happy, say it now, and then straight away make the change.
I think
it's not going to be perfect, but it's going to start something.
it's a start. You guys need a start, right? And I think if anybody from Sabah is listening, the One Man Show will be happy to host that conference.
Only that our rates are.
We can be please get in touch with Adib, who he will give you our rates.
He's rounding.
He has nothing else to do.
I'm chill.
But yeah, I think, well, we talked about this a month ago, and
Be honest, it's not that difficult. Just get everybody down, get their ass down, sit, talk, fight, argue. Okay, this is what we're going to do at the end of the day.
has it been done before? The
I don't
sitting,
think so.
fighting, and
I
arguing.
don't think so.
So everybody's just keeping everything inside.
I think they've done the arguing, but among themselves. It's not just they're not getting the gyms in, because I think it's just within the committee. But the committee is probably just hyped up for like 1 hour. Then once they leave the office, they're like, okay lah.
Okay.
Back to square one.
There was
Yeah.
I got to drink coffee. There was cake. Nice, bro.
So I think they really need to sit down and say, okay, this is the change. No, coach, I don't like this one. I don't like this coach. Why? Okay, then we get the boxers because they are going through the system. So what do you think? What should be done? How should we be of service to you? Not how you're going to be of service to us, because we need to give the boxers what they want and what they need based of course on our limitations and our budget. Get the Sport Singapore person to come down and say, what do you need us to show so you can give us the money or the budget or some promises that we can get fights like overseas or something like that for the development of our boxers. Then they agree on certain thing. Then for a start, just do 3 times a week training, 8 to 10.
8 to 10 sounds good, yeah?
Yeah, 8 to 10 sounds good.
Yeah,
Just do it.
after work.
Then you have to pay someone. Find a way to pay that person to come, and then you can get sponsors. If you go in as a national association, I don't think somebody wouldn't want to sponsor, or unless you can find a kind enough coach to do it for free first.
Oh, Ridhwan.
Why?
Sorry, what? You were saying?
I'm busy.
Oh, don't be
But
humble,
to be
bro.
honest, I can.
Oh, that's
You
great.
can?
He said it.
I can.
Wait.
He said it already.
If I'm not fighting, the problem is I don't do it now is because when I fight I have to be away. Yeah, it disrupts the whole thing.
But if
But
you...
I know my shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, don't be humble.
I know my shit, bro.
Don't be humble, you're not that
I got diploma in boxing coaching. Cik, like the everything show. Is it true from Hungary? He's not gonna stop.
Wait. So this is the first. You can do it.
I can do it if I want to.
So you say what's stopping you is if you have to prepare for your own fight,
Yeah.
you will not be able to do it.
Yeah.
But you can just write down the
I
training.
can, but I'm the kind who would prefer to be there like 100%.
Ego lah, si this girl.
No, boxing is not just about okay, I tell you to throw jab straight, you do. Like that also can. They just do like online coaching, close his gym.
Well,
Because this thing that you have to be there, you have to see. Every boxer is different. So you need to. Okay, Leona is good in speed. Danisha is good in countering. So they do same thing, but how they apply it is different. So I have to be there. And that trust really it's different. When you go into a fight, you know that you're going someone who's had 50 fights and you have 4 fights, but you know your coach have your back. I've been in that sport. Your coach have your back, and then they make you believe like you're the champion of the world. Even though you have 5 fights, you will probably win.
Wait, which coach was this?
Back then was Cik Muklis. He represented Singapore. He's the last person to win the gold. Yeah, so at that point of time, he was helping Coach Kadi to coach some of us for a tournament in Indonesia. So I think he really hype us up. I think we believe because he won the SEA Games goals, and
But
he was
you,
coaching us.
He hyped you up until you win bronze.
No, I won the tournament.
Oh, the tournament. This is not SEA Games.
This is not SEA Games.
Right. So what happened to him?
Back to his full-time job.
Right.
He's a firefighter, I think, or in the DAT team or something.
I mean, at the end of the day, right? How I see it now, right? Ridhwan writes down the training and looks through the training when he has time. Then when he has to train for his own fights, then Leona take over. I mean, I would trust that system, right, Leona?
Thanks
Just
for
throwing it.
volunteering. I mean, I understand what Ridhwan is saying about how he has to also be around to kind of, it's the same as him also being around when he was watching over the both of us. Actually, chill lah, 2015 SEA Games also, you were the one leading training also.
Oh, she's not gonna say.
Wait. There's a lot of
I can say it.
there's a lot of wait moments in this podcast today.
Well, he was the captain of our team. Simply put, he was captain. He was captain for most of.
You were.
The
This was
period.
when the SEA Games was in Singapore.
2015, yeah, Singapore.
You were the flag bearer, right?
Yeah,
Is it?
like that.
I was?
Yeah.
Oh yeah lah.
Walao.
I had to wear that white colour astronaut looking jumpsuit.
This guy.
Humble.
So they actually really thought you were gonna win gold lah.
Yeah, they freaking hyped me up. Then after that, when I lost, the newspapers tell me that I lost like crap. But then behind the scene, they say you actually did quite good. then I felt disappointed lah. I felt
Names.
betrayed lah.
Come on, names.
You know, because
Oh,
they still
can I?
writing about me in the pro scene. Yeah, but to be honest, we have some seniors like Solihin, Kai. I'm sure they are willing to do something. If the coaches can come together and say, okay, this is our team. Okay, this is how we're gonna work together. The arguments or whatever, come up with a certain system. Then I think there's something that we can work with the boxers. 3 times a week can be done, 8 to 10.
Yeah.
So even if I'm not around, there's Solihin, there's Kai. But again, they have their full-time jobs.
Right. So this is the first time you're saying that you might want to do it. So hopefully something will happen. It's been 1 month plus since we last talked about it. I mean, since we started talking about it, about the article in the Straits Times, and from what I heard, there's not much changes except for the fact that apparently some of them listen to us. Thank you, the 250 listeners.
Last 4 in the committee.
But one thing that has changed is that you girls have taken it upon yourself to actually organize something.
Yes.
Do you want to? I mean, that's the whole point of you guys getting. Being on the couch. I mean, after 1 hour, then we are talking about this. I mean, we're quite efficient. So why don't you tell us more about
Danisha can tell.
what you guys have organized?
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, the mastermind was Leona and Sabrina. So it's all along noted lah. We have very little females in the scene, but then there's a lot of females out there in the clubs. I mean, when KBX or whatever organizes events, you can actually tell, like, this person can fight. So why not just gather everybody together one day and see how it goes from there? Yeah, it's a simple idea lah. That actually worked out. Yeah, it's not that hard.
So what is it actually like? Can you tell us what is it that you guys organized?
Was it training camp or what?
No, we started off with actually just like a community sparring session because we figured that, look, at the gym it's always 10 guys and maybe 2 or 3 girls, so they always end up partnering each other doing the same thing. So we thought, why don't we just throw it out there, see who wants to come, free session, free for all. Take part in this community sparring session, kind of get to know each other, so see who's in the scene, who's interested, and then maybe from there even kind of look around and see who's, starting his potential and all that. So we floated the idea to Coach Kaida. He was like, yeah, okay. And actually for the first session he was there. Well, he stayed for like half an hour maybe, or
he eventually
so.
left.
Yeah. So he I think he was quite surprised
that this can be done.
No, I'm sorry. I was going to say, he actually left something. You know what I mean? But do continue. I'm sorry.
No. That was it, and hopefully that was our first session. And actually we thought that nobody was going to turn up because of the COVID-19. On the day that they announced orange, there was like panic all over Singapore and all that. It was the day of our sparring session, so it's like, oh crap, we don't know whether people are going to come.
So how many people showed up?
One came at 7:15. We're like, die lah, only got one only.
But slowly
more and more people showed up, and we had 15 girls.
It's free, right?
Free, yeah, 15. So there was 15 plus myself and her, and so altogether maybe about 20 over girls. Just kind of training together, so it was great.
Yeah.
Then hopefully moving on, we were also talking about organizing like a joint training session. So this time would be the girls from the national team. Actually, I like how I'm pointing away now. The girls in the national team would be training together, and that would be more training based as opposed to sparring. That we were thinking of maybe just having like a small fee to raise funds for the women's team lah. Then at least can get us something. I mean, even stuff like t-shirts and jerseys and
that'd be good.
Fight gear, because like even for SEA Games, we were the only country without a uniform.
SGP at the back.
Yeah, like all 4 of us had different fighting gear. All 4 of us didn't have SGP. So it was just stuff like that. Like at the end of the SEA Games, I was like, oh my god, something has to be done lah. Yeah, we need to do something about it. Whether or not we eventually raise funds for the whole Sabah or just the women's team, at least we start somewhere first.
Well, I think the idea is really good. You guys are doing something. You guys are definitely doing more than the people who should be doing something. From an outsider point of view, that's what it seems like. And I'm kind of glad that girls actually showed up. I'm also noticing a few gyms doing girls things now. I think Spartan has a girls thing also going on, promo or something like that, which is great. The guys are just lazy, I guess, to do these kind of things. Right, one?
What?
Guys are just lazy to do these kind of things.
To do what?
To do their own like community sparring and something like that.
I think we do. You just don't post it because we humble.
They don't even need to organize in the gym, really. How many
There's a lot
sparring
of
partners they
guys.
I
have?
think the girls need to like get a bit of push because they're a bit shy or they
Yeah.
don't know where to go. They are also afraid of like stepping on people's toes. You know, when I went to the NUS, they had a lot of girls fighting and they are not good, but they are.
Wow.
They showed up. They showed up. I mean, I wasn't their coach. But they showed up, and it shows that, you know, even though they had that certain limited skill set, they still showed up and want to try it. So if there's nothing more after that, then it might as well they just stop. If there's something to look forward to, they can do something about it. There's no reason that I am not surprised if the first SEA Games gold is being brought back by a female boxer.
Leona?
If she comes back.
No, but I think so too, though. That's what I've been telling like
We have
the
a lot of
team
females.
also. Yeah, like
And
just keep training.
I
man.
would say I did say to Danisha for a moment of time where I think they both should open an all women's boxing gym.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask. Actually, when I was driving here, I was like, oh wait, there is no women's only gym,
Yeah.
or there is no women's only gym that I know of, for boxing, right?
Yeah,
and then I was
boxing.
like, who could eventually open it up? And then when you walk in and say that you were no longer fighting for Singapore, I was like, I mean, you have the name, you have the skills, and you have the pockets.
I wish I had the pockets.
No,
the
but-
pockets that wouldn't even be a doubt. I would do it.
I mean, have you ever considered?
I mean, be lying if I said I haven't. But I think it's just more to just passion or that. I still want to kind of be involved in the boxing scene in a way, but I think opening up my own gym is just one step further. I mean, to get asked this fella here lah. I'm sure he knows how hard it is to.
Yeah, and once you
run
open,
a
I think
gym. It's different.
your goal is a little bit more commercialized.
But do you still have a women's only class?
Yeah, we do.
Ladies
We have
boxing.
two. I think two. We want to do more on Sunday also, but I don't know, we'll see how.
Right.
I'm also open to get more ladies to fight for the gym though, but I mean they show interest, but they always have like problems or issues with things I don't understand.
You don't have
What
good
things?
enough looking trainers lah, I think.
Yeah, thank God, you chase them
Oh,
out.
come on.
If you punch a bit harder, you can punch like a girl.
Oh.
Okay. Moving on from this painful segue. One, I'm gonna put you in a spot. If Leona opens up a gym and takes away Danisha, are you gonna be upset?
No? Okay, this is quite good. This is quite good.
I like hitting all the right spots. I mean, I might punch like a girl, but
Okay, the thing is, to me, if somebody, I've always told my fight team, if one day they want to leave, right, they can leave. But I think as a form of respect, not just for me or when you are with another team, right, it's good for you to tell your coach face to face. If you feel like you can learn somewhere else, please go. I am not that selfish to say no, don't. You have to stay with me because loyalty. Well, loyalty means nothing, man. I mean, I eventually left Kadis Boxing School to open this gym with the goal of like to like share my boxing knowledge and earn some money and all that. But if you want to leave, you leave. Just tell me straight to the point. Even I have boxers from other gyms who want to join. I would say you talk to your coach first. After they said they do, I will message their coach individually and ask and say, hey, your boy wanted to join me. Are you okay with it or not? And I think that's just the gentleman way. Like, it's not just about fighting. It's also about how you conduct business. Not just delete me off Instagram, block me and shit.
Are you
Because honestly, right, people who show this kind of character wouldn't make it very far in the sport. Just saying.
He's very
Thanks, sir.
Yeah.
and it's this week,
It's my time of the month.
Wow, okay, sexist.
Close
okay.
to the fight.
What fight?
I don't know. You can
Whoa, which
I
fight?
don't know lah.
So Leona, if you need to speak to Ridhwan, let me know. I can speak to him on your behalf.
About what?
Taking Danisha away lah.
No need lah. You can go.
Okay, I feel like I'm being thrown around.
Wow, okay, now she's hurt. You know she deals with dead bodies, right?
Yeah.
And you've always talked about death. So one day, I mean, she may have to,
Yeah.
Body.
Please don't.
she might have to turn you around. You fart.
I'm gonna plan on that. I'm gonna do that.
Well,
Yeah, but I think if it brings good for the whole boxing scene, yeah, I think it will eventually happen. My gut feeling says it will.
what? Danisha leaving?
No, I mean like,
like
I mean like the
for
whole
good,
boxing,
yeah.
the whole boxing thing that they're doing. Not necessarily a boxing gym, but this boxing movement that they are doing for the women's boxing. I think it's going to kick off. And Danisha is probably going to be training here, maybe going to be helping out, or she's going to be training there. I don't know, but whatever. As long as my main goal is, as long as my boxer is happy, she grows as a person. Doesn't necessarily have to be with me, but of course, when I get old, please be nice. Like,
There might be like people.
Yeah, I'm not.
something
I'm not. To be fair, I'm not perfect. Sometimes when I go overseas, I've abandoned them also at some points of time, but they've been.
Why? When you go where?
Overseas, training.
Oh, I thought when you go overseas with Team Singapore, then you do your own stuff.
Yeah, when I'm overseas now, whenever to train or to work
Right.
other commitments, they've stuck around. They even come to my fights. They check on me. Danisha always wish me good luck before my fights, even though I don't see her that much. Yeah. So almost the messages almost all the same. Good luck, good luck, good luck, good luck. Because we don't message a lot, so it's like some random thing. Good luck.
Open up.
Yeah, well, that's how often you fight.
Yeah. So yeah lah.
Right.
I really
so,
hope this woman's thing kick off.
So when is the next woman's thing? Whoa, okay.
Women's boxing movement thing.
What is it called actually? Is there a
there's
name
no
for
name.
it?
No. We refuse to be. No, I refuse to acknowledge it. It's called Swaba.
What is it called?
He's so mad. We're like, hey, shit lah. We could be called Swaba.
Nazi
It's
shit.
terrible, man.
Okay, how about we call it the One Man Show Women's Boxing
It's a
thing?
mouthful.
Women's boxing thing.
Yeah, just
WBT.
women's boxing thing lah.
But now on Facebook, it's
WBT.
called Singapore's.
Women's boxing community.
Community.
Oh, so there is a Facebook page.
It's just a
Yeah.
simple page, just to like
Okay.
collate dates and like stuff like
What's
that.
it called?
Singapore Women's Boxing Community. Yeah, something that Sabrina set up. But it's like a private group, so we just invite whoever who would possibly be interested.
Yeah, so please don't create a female profile.
But
Stay away. You're already thinking of it. I look at your face, I know already.
and when is the next event?
Supposedly end March, but we're just going to monitor the whole situation first. If it turns, whatever.
Great.
Since Nationals was cancelled, it was announced that it was cancelled.
Oh, surprise,
Yeah.
surprise. This is what's the saying? We
What
can
saying?
we can control or we
Some
cannot.
things we can fight, but some things we cannot. Like I don't know, virus.
Yeah, so just monitor a little bit. If everything goes well, probably end March, we'll have our first maybe joint training session. Then the plan is to hold a community sparring session 2 weeks after that. So there's always like a 2-week gap. So at least they can apply. I think the idea is that they can apply maybe whatever that they've learned in that session or with the gym or whatever, and then come back to the sparring session.
And you are leading these sessions?
No, actually, it's the whole team leading it, which is all in charge of like maybe different groups. So there's at least one of us watching over each group that's kind of sparring. Yeah.
Wow. Sounds great, guys.
Yeah.
And
Fingers crossed.
Great job.
Fingers crossed.
so they can go to the Facebook and probably they can hit any of you guys up.
Yeah,
too.
that might be a bit easier
All
actually.
right, just to wrap things up because we've gone
Way
we've gone way over. I mean, this is what happens when you actually have people you like on the podcast.
You're just looking at them, not looking at me.
No, I'm kind of
No
looking
wonder
at.
our session's really so
one person
fast.
I'm just looking at Leona actually. Yeah, I don't know about you guys. So Danisha, what are your plans for this year? I mean, what are your goals and dreams for this year? Since nationals have been, I hope it's postponed and not
I'm
cancelled.
sure it'll be posted.
What do you want to achieve this
in
year?
terms of boxing, is it?
Anything, I guess.
I am planning to quit my job.
Wait, what?
I love my job. I'm gonna do my job.
Dot.
Hey guys, Let's all just have a discussion next time before we go on air, okay? Because you guys are hitting me with like, I'm supposed to be the host of this thing, but I'm getting derailed again and again. Okay, quit your job.
Yeah, I'm gonna quit
is this
my
the first
job.
time your parents will be hearing it also?
No, I've told
okay.
them so many times.
Right. And why?
Were they happy?
Okay lah. They just want to know what I'm gonna do after that. That's all.
So assuming you're going to go back to school.
You're going
Yes.
pro? No?
No.
That's a
I'm
better-
gonna go to school in September, and then see what I can do in between lor. I'm gonna quit around May, April, May. Yeah. Basically, I don't really have my life figured out. I'm just floating around.
Right. Well, it sounds like your coach, so yeah, it's fine. What about a boxing sense? What do you want to achieve this year?
For this year, I'm just looking to get in more fights lah. Keep myself busy. Yeah.
All right, simple enough.
That's all.
So we have to go to Leona next, former boxer.
That hurt.
Yeah,
No,
I
just
know.
kidding.
But future head coach of Singapore.
Oh gosh.
Was it Swaba?
It's gonna stick.
No, please.
Swaba,
Terrible.
swaba,
Swaba.
How
Swaba.
about Wabas? I think it sounds
Wabas?
better. Wabas.
Women's
I still
Okay,
like the
both
one man show women's boxing thing.
WBT.
WBT.
We'll sponsor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cash only.
Adib. We got nothing. We got nothing but just
Okay lah, free
Adib.
photography, free videography. We'll take whatever we can, man.
Well, he likes girls, so I guess that should be
He
okay.
likes one girl. We will invite her soon.
Okay, let's move on from
Yeah.
that. I'm not going to talk about Adib on the show. It's not worth it. What do you want to do in 2020?
Hopefully see some positive changes in the boxing scene. Definitely grow the women's community, I think, just in terms of getting more outreach, more interest, letting girls know that boxing is not as scary as it seems. I think everyone's just very shocked that, oh, you don't look like a boxer, you don't have bruises on your face. I'm
Yeah,
like,
wow.
it's really not that bad,
It's
guys.
because you guys are good. That's why.
No.
Oh my god, we should say that next time
Yeah,
because
oh.
I'm good.
Yeah, thank you very much. You're welcome.
Hashtag stay humble.
And on a personal sense,
Get back to work. Oh my god. Yeah, haul my ass back to work. Grow the business a little bit more. Eat as much as I want to, drink as much as I want to, have as much sleep as I want to. Although I do offer to wake up the same time as them so that I can blow my whistle and watch them run.
oh wow, a bit
But yeah.
sadist, but okay.
Yeah. But yeah, pretty much it. Try to lead a normal life, which I haven't been leading for the past few years. In that sense.
Well, if you count going to Japan to snowboard,
Oh yeah.
not a normal life, then okay.
No, like pre-SEA Games. Yeah.
Well, you've been. I mean, now that you are kind of so-called out of it, retired, I just want to ask, what is one of the most or the most fondest memory on your boxing career?
Damn, that's a hard one.
Don't cry,
Fondest memory.
beating Danisha twice and making one stress out because it cannot be you.
Passing the torch to Danisha.
Yeah, man.
No,
Fondest memory.
it doesn't have to be about them. It's fine to be about you.
No, actually, I really just think it's damn cheesy and cliche lah. But just kind of like meeting everyone to the journey. Like this is a family, a boxing family that is. Like if not for boxing, I would not have. How do I put it in a more eloquent manner? Like my boxing family is so completely different from the people that I work with. For example, my friends who have completely different lifestyles and interests and all that. That this is just so special and unique to me that it just is like a band of brothers and a band of sisters, and like everyone is like, family in that sense. Yeah, I mean we've known each other for like how many years already. And these guys, and even with like Jia Wei and Jun Hao and whoever, like even Velvet, I mean whoever, the whole bunch of them. It's just an extended family of mine that I will never be able to share this experience with outside. Yeah. So that's great, which is why I think this will, the friendships and all will continue. So I'm thankful for that.
I think it's very.
Doesn't work for me though.
Oh, that's because you don't have a family to begin with.
I had it left.
Ouch!
Oh, it's because you cannot keep them, bro. I think it's very interesting how you phrase it to be a family, because again, the whole point of this podcast is to actually unite people, because we are very small, right? So
Yeah.
I mean, we are a lot stronger when we stand together. Look, even families have disagreements, even families have different points of view, but at the end of the day, people pull towards the same thing. And for us, that's fight sports and boxing in general, right?
True.
So yeah, I think one of the reasons why Leona is quite well liked as compared to Ridhwan is that her outlook is very different lah. You know, and thank you for your service towards
well, thank you.
boxing for the last wait, what was that? How many years? Yeah, better not say how many years because might reveal her age. But yeah, it's been fun watching you fight. And I'm very happy and I'm very supportive of what you're doing for women's boxing right now, Swaba. Also known as the One Man Show women's boxing thing. I hope that catches on. Hashtag that. So yeah, thank you so much for your contribution. You are one of the most
Pioneer.
not only pioneer, but I think you're one of the most positive people that I know in boxing. And there's not a lot of positive people. There's a lot of toxic people, i.e. Ridhwan. Some say spicy, but a lot say toxic.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you so much for what you've been contributing, and thank you in advance for what you are going to contribute.
Oh, okay.
I also hope this woman thing picks up. One, do you have any words to say for Leona as she sails into the horizon?
I would say enjoy the food, enjoy the company of your loved ones, because when we are working so hard to achieve our goal, which might seem a bit selfish, I think we put our friends on hold, our families on hold, and sometimes they are not able to stay and keep up. And so whatever that's left, I guess we just enjoy that and just make the best out of it, best out of things.
So do you have a message for Danisha?
Danisha, stop playing with the body parts.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think
For the record,
she don't. I'm just making things up.
Sure.
But I just hope that you're gonna continue training. Enjoy the process again. Have fun. Be the best kind of person. Be the best kind of boxer that you can be. Contribute to the women's boxing team, and just do what you do, because I think you got great potential.
Awesome. Okay. So just before we close off the show, if you wanna follow Danisha on Instagram, we'll put her. Can people follow you, or are you not into people?
The dead people.
Once you're dead, follow
So
her.
if you're dead, follow her on Instagram. We'll put your tag down there somewhere. Leona, of course, her tag will be somewhere there.
Yeah, you don't know. Number one fan, but don't know.
Leona Hui, right? Isn't it?
Yes, how hard is it? It's my name. Literally, it's my
Leona
name.
Hui, got dot right.
No dot lah.
Hey, hello. Excuse
I'm
me.
just testing you.
Excuse me. I know better. Okay.
I just testing you.
And by the way, if you wanna go and train with her, are you still teaching?
Yes, I am. Sorry, I had to think about like teaching where,
Still
what?
teaching.
Oh yeah.
Still
oh,
get
still-
it.
Are
Get it?
You see. Which you can find her at Still Boxing, right?
yeah,
Which is I've been made aware is not a boxing gym apparently, according to Leona.
It's a boxing fitness gym. The cardio boxing fitness gym. Yeah.
Okay, and if you want real boxing, where do you go on?
Oh, you sound like you're creating a war between us or what? Yeah, boxing is boxing, welcome to Legends Fight Sport, 43 Carpenter Street, 3rd floor. If you want to train with us, just follow us at Legends Fight Sport, and I will be coaching most of the classes, I think.
Because got no one else. Just like how we're the number one fight podcast in Singapore, because there's
No one else.
no other podcast. Before we go, we want to wish the two fighters, MMA fighters who are fighting this weekend.
Yep, Tiffany, who was before was in the national team, right? Singapore national team.
Former national boxer, former guest on the One Man Show, and also the other one is
Radim.
So all the best, guys. Fighting behind closed doors.
Oh.
It's so hard to be walking out like with all the hype.
Yeah.
Then there's nobody there.
It's fine. They're there to fight. That's their job. One. Is that
But-
why you don't perform when there's
But you
like?
have to entertain. I'm gonna walk in with lion dance the next time. And
Okay.
kompang or something.
Kompang, most definitely
Some
kompang.
silat performance by you. In the middle of the ring, suddenly you appear like what? Hang tuas in the house.
As you can tell, this might be our longest podcast. Look, this is the first podcast that we actually have two guests on, and we have a returning guest. And I'm kind of glad that we did it with you guys, because you guys are on top
Cool
of
peeps.
being boxers. You guys are actually quite nice to talk to compared to Ridhwan. So yeah, do follow us on The One Man Show on Spotify, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. Yeah, you know the drill. Thanks, Leona. And if you guys want Leona to be a reoccurring guest, let us know also. She might have a lot more time now.
That's true though.
A lot more gossips.
I could help you guys record.
No,
Take
it's
over
okay.
his
I
role.
don't take over Adib's job. He has nothing else. Leona, why are you so vicious? Why? Alright, guys. And on that note, that is one. I am Man, and this is The One Man Show. We are out. Bye, guys.
So if I can fight professional and maybe earn some bucks or what, might as well do it, right?
Are you going to?
No.
All
Not
this
for
talk.
me.
All this talk, and like, no.